Zack Snyder's Justice League has just hit HBO Max. The hype surrounding this was epic. It was huge, but was it good? Was it bad? Well, I'm going to tell you just what I thought of it. If you know the story, you know the story. If you don't, you don't. But this is just everything I wanted from this film. I mean, I was extremely disappointed in 2017 with Justice League. I was expecting something great, and I got something very lackluster. But with this, I was expecting something good, and I got some. Now, anyone that's out there saying this movie's bad, I stand where you're coming from, but a lot of those reviews I've seen, or talking to my friends, they've only seen the first hour, which I'll admit, because of the length, it does have some issues with those first and second hours feeling a little bit dragged. I mean, me personally, being a huge comics fan, I really did enjoy a lot of the stuff they put in that, and I did really respect it, but I can understand from someone just kind of casual viewer watching this, I understand why it felt dragged, but I really think you need to watch the entire movie before you really give an opinion on it, because those third and fourth hour were just so amazing, and the ending, the cliffhanger, it kind of reminded me of, Infinity War, with that kind of post-apocalyptic world, which was just really, really cool to me, getting to see that. And then we got to look at Jared Leto's Joker, who I hated in Suicide Squad, but seeing him here, I really did enjoy, and I just thought it was pretty cool with what they did with his character here. He only has a few lines, but just the conflict of him talking back and forth with Batman about loved ones was really cool. Some of the things he said were a little odd, and it was just funny that the society line wasn't even in there from the trailer, that big meme. But with Cyborg, I mean, you can see why Ray Fisher was just so upset. They really did Cyborg dirty, because he was truly the heart of this film. I mean, everything with him. I teared up in some of the scenes where it's the car crash and then his mom died and his father brings him back to life. I just found that so astonishing and cool. And just in the final battle, and the demons smell the fear in him, and he's not afraid, and I was a little confused with what was going on with that, but then I kind of got it and realized it was the parademon. And just Ben Affleck's Batman, oh man, I'm really sad that we're not going to get that Batman solo movie, but I think the Batman, which I'm probably my most anticipated movie coming out next year, I'm just very excited for what could happen with DC going forward. But once again, this movie was just, oh man, it was everything I wanted. I mean, just seeing Lex Luthor back in there at the end, Lex Luthor was just so good at the end there. Again, I'm a supporter of Batman v Superman, the Ultimate Edition, not the theatrical cut, but I do think that just seeing him here, I think, was even better. And I did like him in Batman v Superman, so it wasn't something that I was particularly upset about. And I just thought Deathstroke, that little scene, the little tease of all these things they're setting up, was just so cool. And then we got to talk about Aquaman, who is probably my personal favorite character of the entire thing. He's just such a badass, and just seeing everything with him, getting to see William Dafoe, Volko in here, that was just a really unique and nice experience to see him in there. And just, it's so long, and it's the same problem. The fact that it's long isn't the problem, by the way. That's just, something that I think makes it better. But the problem with Suicide Squad and Justice League and Batman v Superman is the way Warner Brothers was running it, and they wanted to kind of squeeze the film down so they could make enough money with as many showtimes as they could do it in the theater. But I think this movie kind of revolutionized movie making, because now you see that everything doesn't have to be this 2-hour movie, and you can release it on streaming where it's all about subscriptions and stuff. So it is very just entertaining to me, everything they did just, I thought, worked so incredibly well here, and I want more. It leaves me wanting more. I mean, that little Iris scene with the hot dog, that was, I laughed. I thought that was a little stupid, and Iris just barely has any lines, but I did, not Ezra Miller as a person, but his Flash. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I really, honestly, I might get hate for this, but I do like him a little more than Grant Gustin in the role of the Flash. And now we get to the black suit Superman, the revolutionary thing that all the fans wanted to see. I mean, it's a change in the color of his suit, and I know comics, revolutionary. Superman in this movie, it didn't do a whole lot for me. I mean, Superman, he fit into the story really, really nicely, but I mean, he only had a few lines, and I did like the scene, though, with him and Alfred. He's like, I'm assuming you're Alfred, and he's like, let's hope you're not too late. And then, just though, I saw a Screen Rant's pitch meeting, it was just funny with the Wonder Woman that song plays every time she is on screen. That was pretty funny to me, but there was nothing I didn't like in this movie. There's some nitpicks that I can make, such as, slow motion, a little long. And the thing, too, is Steppenwolf's motivation in this is just so much better. The other thing was his stupid mother. I was like, oh, gosh. But with this, he's working for Darkseid, and then Wonder Woman just chops his head off at the end. I mean, you go from a beginning, and this movie flew by. And when I compare this to, Endgame and Infinity War, I don't know if I'd say it was better, but it might even be on the same level, or very close in there, because this is probably in my top 5 movies of all time. And I watched The Dark Knight yesterday to try and compare it, and I really have to say I think I enjoyed this more. So big thumbs up to Zack Snyder. There's just one thing I've got to say. Restore the Snyderverse. We need these characters back again. But just,
let me guess.
as my score, all things considered, I'm going to give this movie a 9.6. It was probably one of my favorite movies of all time, but thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a little like, subscribe, share, and show all your friends, and peace out, you freaking DC nerds.